Coming at you today with a Veve Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below, super chats as well. And become a member, join Patreon, and wraithx.eth, domain name. We love him. There is quite a bit to go on. I'm going to take a swig of water there. That was very nice. We have a lot to go over, so I did a little bit of live yesterday for the drop, which I was not 100% sure was going to happen. That was the Invisible Woman, and I I had zero idea that it was going to be this much. Like, why would it be $40? It's $35 now. I bought it at 40 because my specialty is like buying high and and sometimes dollar cost averaging when it gets lower. That was wild. While we're at the market, let's go with Omi real quick. Should we do the FUD first? Should we do the FUD fighting? I really do like fighting the FUD. Over the last, I don't know if this is on purpose, if somebody ran the price up because of this, but you have we had an article that was written by Chain Market Analysis, whatever they were called, and the article was a giant hit piece with a lot of misinformation, a couple of little hints of truth here and there, but a lot of it taken out of context. Saying that the team is pump and dumping, saying that the team is lying about what they're doing. So obviously it's a obvious hit piece. Now, granted, did maybe one person of the team sell a little bit of their own personal tokens? Sure. I mean, you can't expect people to hold forever. Has Veve delivered on every single promise that it made? Well, I mean, the company's still working, it's still moving, but it has only delivered on a couple of those. And the couple of those that they haven't delivered on yet was the ones that they focused on in the article. It turns out that it was co-written and researched by this guy named Blockchain Andy, who was I can't reach him for comment because he had blocked me. So I wasn't able to reach for comment. However, it was in a public Twitter Spaces last week, or a couple days ago, that he had said that he had sold all of his Omi. Not sure how much that was, but quite a lot. And it was in the millions or tens of millions of Omi. And as soon as that happened, literally, like, the price shot up. Went from like 0007 to 0077. So needless to say that the dude was pretty salty. And yeah, the amount of, and again, this is why I think this is a good thing, is because you have people that are purposely trying to go and FUD the company and go and make these things low. And do you think David and Dan like really care about? I'm not talking about healthy criticism. Like, hey, maybe you should communicate a little better. Okay, yeah, David put out a statement that was written by or that was read to us by Mitch, saying, hey, we will do better at communicating, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, I'm sure they appreciate all that. But the actual like whiners and complainers, I don't think they're really caring. I think at that point you have this giant piece of a company which they own, and you really can't get caught up in like the one or two things that are said. And I discussed this morning with Vicky Fanbam and Heather from Kuroga, talking about the David's tweets recently saying, hey, take a chill pill, and he said that 3 different times. 2 of which were responding to people in the community. One of the times he had done that, he had retweeted Elon Musk. David has to know at this point what he's doing to us if he tweets something, especially if it's something by Elon Musk. I know David, you obviously does follow him. Most of Twitter does. I mean, it is his company now. It's very exciting when I go and I see stuff like that, because I don't know. I feel like if you're the owner of a multi-billion-dollar company, you could probably get Elon Musk's attention, and maybe he is. And like Obadiah Goldcheckles says, David, do you plays 5D chess? So I'm very excited about that. The newer stuff, I did get a little bit more Omi, so I'm at 157.8 million. I will get up to 158. That extra 200,000 Omi in the next day or so, and I will get up to 160. I know I've been saying it for a while. I'm close. I'm closing in on it though. Within a couple days, I'll be within 2 million, and then we'll go from there. But the good celebrities, or I shouldn't say, I haven't talked about bad celebrities yet. The good news is that we do have more celebrities in here. Veve Magic, able to. This is why I love this community so damn much. You have the. I don't want to shave my stash. I got paid to shave the beard. If you pay me to shave the stash, I'll shave the stash. But I like the stash. Anyway, from the community, Vivi Magic, RKO out of nowhere, throws a Hail Mary, actually becomes friends with Crystal Hefner. We had DM'd a little bit back and forth last year. She was asking about certain things, particularly in the Vivi community. She's very into Web3 in general. And when you go out and you say, "Oh, hey, who do you want? Who do you want to be in your corner? Who do you want to be a representative of your company that's in it, that's in the fam?" And Crystal Hefner is definitely one. Why? Because whoever gets Hugh Hefner to ask, for the hand in marriage, like, oh my good golly gosh, uh, what just amazing heck of a woman just because of that. Holly, Bridget, and Kendra tried for years, and he didn't propose to any of them. Wound up proposing to her anyway. So you have to be a special kind of person, a special kind of woman. And on top of that, they had talked, I think, on Instagram originally. She go and watch that whole interview. That whole interview was released today by Vivi Magic. They've gone to Disney together. They're friends. She does have. I don't think she has a Walt. The Crystal Hefner. Vivi Magic was asked about that. Hey, does she have a Walt? And Vivi Magic says, I have. You can read it in the comments. It's on the live stream. And she had mentioned that, like, when she's asking more about investing, that's when Vivi Magic will step in and help. And I'm sure that's one of the things that she'd recommend. That's in like everyone's top 5. That's in a lot of people's top 3. It is many people's top 1. Like the collectible you should get. Yeah, probably that double first appearance between Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse is probably the one that you should get. God, that is so special. So, and she has access, probably, she has about 500,000 followers on Twitter. And the difference between someone that maybe has, I don't know, a couple 100,000 followers elsewhere, whether it's gaming or like whatever it is, Crystal Hefner can get those celebrities in, get those top tier people in. Like, you think that she would not be invited to any party on this earth? She probably could be. So her reach, even though 500,000 followers maybe isn't as much as, let's say, a couple million, the type of people that she could reach is just that upper echelon of people in like Hollywood and whatever. And just Vivi Magic going out and getting her for that interview. When I asked her last year, she had told me she doesn't do them. Obviously, things have changed over the last 11 months for her. But shout out to Magic, who's that's probably the most incredible incredible score for an interview, and they're friends, so it makes sense that she got it. I don't I don't want to say, I don't want to put down anyone that I interviewed, but that's a really good get. That's a good celebrity. That's a good shout out to her for that. Really, really proud of her. In other news, we have the speculation on David's tweets. Everyone's saying Dr. Mario because he said chill pill like 3 times in like an hour. Some people are saying Matrix. It's like, oh, red pill, blue pill. What is it? Matrix would be cool, and it would make some poetic sense because you have had things that have had drops on other platforms, like Lamborghini. Didn't do so hot. Did really well on Veve. I think that happened with 1 or 2 other things as well. I even asked David about that I didn't ask, I asked the question, and the Binance people asked David, saying, hey, just, all these things happen with DraftKings and Tom Brady and all their NFTs. They haven't really done so hot. Is sports NFTs still a good move for Veve? And he answered that in that Binance interview, so that was really cool. But yeah, that those Matrix NFTs didn't do so hot. The Game of Thrones ones didn't do so hot. Has anyone heard about the Lord of the Rings? Crystal does have 3.5 million followers on Instagram. Okay, maybe that's what. Okay, it's only okay. Yeah, she's got such a big reach. Anyone ever hear of those Lord of the Rings NFTs since they launched? I haven't. I have not heard a peep. I think Kyle Wilson and like 1 or 2 other people from the Veve fam had tried for them when they were going, and then they were originally launching. But since then, I don't believe I've heard anyone talking about it. Also, I'm going to ask everyone to smash that like button. Right there. There we go. Free way to help support the channel. That'd be super great. I'd love that. Okay. What did I say in this tweet? What was I going to talk about? All right, Peely Fantasy, that's coming out. All right, so here's a couple of other things that are coming out. They've gone over. I'll do the first one as the comic. which is Tales of Suspense number 39. This goes for $250,000 and a 9.6. But the last time that was sold, which again, $250,000, was 2017. It's about 6 years. It was 5.5 years ago because it was late 2017. If if that 9.6 were to be able to sell today, that I would go for hundreds of more thousands of dollars. If you see that in a 9.8, add a zero to that. That'll be in the seven figures. Uh, will it be $4 million or just like $1 or $2 million? 9.8, I don't know. It could be very, very much. So I'm okay with this being with being $20. It is $20 on the drop, which some people it's a little much. Well, I think it's definitely worth it. And there's 10,000 mints, so it's not super scarce, and there's 5,000. It's not super scarce like 7,500, but the one that I think we can compare it to is the first appearance of the Vulture. That one had gone for I think 175,000 in a 9.6, but that was a lot more recently, and that had 7,500 mints, and the secret rares are going for a couple $100. This one's obviously infinitely more popular. Iron Man is an infinitely more popular character. It's first appearance of him. 9.8s just don't exist, or none has been found. They've only been found in 9.6s. So I would say this double it. I would say this would go for hundreds, if not over $1,000 for the secret rare. I'm really excited to see what we get for it. Comment down below what your price predictions was. I'll definitely go live for that because that's a historic piece. That's a really historic piece. We have actually, yeah, they made Spider-Man number 2 is at 585. And that's first appearance of Vulture. So if that's at 585, this could probably go for over $1,000. This first appearance of Iron Man, Tales of Suspense 39. I'm really excited about that. They also announced the Pili Fantasy. I don't, really know what it's called. They both come in on Tuesday. There's no drops tomorrow on Monday, but they both come in on Tuesday. So I'll be going live probably for both of them. The Pili Fantasy one. The only reason why I think these can sell out is because they do have a secret rare. The ultra rare. They're $30 each. The ultra rare is kind of 1,198. It's really that secret rare though, so I could picture the secret rare going for, I don't know, $100 maybe. So bots will probably try for this a little bit. I think it'll sell out, which is good because you have actually on this day, Veve's probably going to clear just on the drops $400,000, because if you have the Pili Fantasy that comes out, that is about between the common, uncommon, rare, ultra rare, and secret rare. That's 7,590 of the mints. You multiply that by 30 is $227,000. And then if you have the Tales of Suspense number 39, which is definitely going to sell out. That's another $200,000. It'll be a $500,000 day for Veve when it's all said and done. When talking about the secondary market and all that jazz. That's a really good day for Veve. So shout out to them for that. What else we got here? What else we got to talk about? It's been a while. I was at a party yesterday. So what are all the other stuff? There's a stack. This dude has 800, count them, 800 marshmallows. No, it is Deadpool. It's Clifford Lynch TV over on the Reddit page. Says this big enough Deadpool stack, and it's 800 Deadpools. It's a comic. It's his first appearance of Deadpool. It's absolutely bananas to have that much of any one thing. But first appearance of Deadpool, people going nuts. People going crazy for it. There was something else that I saw recently where somebody had like 1,100 of something. I don't know if I can find it though. I don't think it was. Yeah. Anyway, more people that have purchased that Invisible Woman. We have again Gwen Tran said, not sure what I was buying. Safer to FOMO now and regret later. He had paid $70 for it. Brock McBlockchain had said, I grabbed a sub 100 for a similar price, probably around $70 or $69. I'm talking nice down below 69. Saying I'm happy to own it. Don't care, as funds went to a collector and I get a hilarious memento. Used to make what? Okay, the Essence. I guess I should talk about Earth 2 a little bit. There's a lot of Essence being burned right now, and and we still don't have this is what people are. I'm happy that people are burning Essence and they're using that for utility. I think some people are going to be a little salty when Essence comes out so high and be like, wow, I lit tens of thousands of dollars on fire, just by crafting all these jewels, making all these side droids, and all that. Sergio Rodriguez yesterday had put out a poll saying, "What is Todd Batman's most valuable attribute?" And the two ones that were really prominent in that was it's the first appearance of any Batman on the blockchain, and some people like myself and Dan Chabel had gone and said, well, it's Veve's first collectible that gives it that special oomph. Obviously, both of them go into reasons why people probably should buy one. I don't know why people literally sold them for like $680. Like that's so silly to me. But those are the results, or here's the results. And very few people said, "Oh, it's DC's first NFT." I don't think anyone really cares about that. First Batman and first Veve collectible, pretty dope. Any of the okay, they have espresso martinis now. Those are pretty dope. On the Rocks collectibles. Oh yes, so Smarty Pants. Smarty Pants has gone on and bought his 500th Pluto, which is absolutely ridiculous. 500 Plutos is insane. These things are $95. So if it goes up $10, just $10 from $95 to $105, his vault value increases. What is 10 times 5? $5,000. If it goes up $20, it goes up 10,000. That's heckin' nuts. But clearly he sees lots of value in that. Oh, here's someone that had 1,100 of these comics. It's Strange Academy #1. Now, it was by Scotty Young. He's one of the artists on there, and everyone loves Scotty Young. I don't know if y'all can read this, and if you can't, I'll for those that are just listening and they're not watching the screen, they have 1,164 of these, and they're about $5 each. So this person spent well over $5K getting them, and again, Strange Academy #1, 1,164. He has more of these comics than I do collectibles and comics combined. Freaking savage, yo. What are this? I can't see that. Yep, chill pill. Here's what David was saying. Like, glad 59% of y'all took a chill pill. It was Sergio saying, breaking, the community agrees Veve was fair. The majority of the 1,044 people participating on a poll asking how Veve handled the Dumbo Gate situation feel that Veve was fair in their approach. I thought they were more than fair. 59% said it seemed fair. 41% said not right. And that was, and David had said, thank you to the 59% that have taken a chill pill. I could imagine that despite, let's look at it from a YouTuber's point of view. Most comments are fairly positive. Some comments are like, okay, constructive criticism, I should change this, it's a good point. Some other comments are just like, go F yourself, and like, you deserve to die. And it's like, despite all of the positive ones, you get the couple of ones that are negative. I don't really care about them, but some of them, they stick with you, especially to like other people that maybe like weren't in the military, or just they don't let things like roll off of them. I don't know, it stays with you. So when you're ahead of this company and you have people try to take you down every day, like competitors, and then people within the own Veve fam, going like, I feel like that's all you ever see is just the negative. And he could look for the positive any times that he wants. That he could go in any of these groups, and we're like, oh my god, I love it, and he could get that all the time. He really doesn't though. At least in the Telegram chats that I know that he has been in or he is in, he's very busy. He very seldom makes those appearances. When he does, it's really cool. But anyway, Veve Fanbam says, you're a Veve official addict when you're excited to buy a pedestal of nothing. She bought it with a smile on her face. So did I. David had responded in kind with hearts and laughing emojis. And yeah, David saying, when Maddie Boom Boom had said, come on, do something, talking about the pedestal that Sue Storm is supposed to be on, and David retweets #when. I think that's the thumbnail of this video for this live stream. Does that mean something? Does that mean we're going to get it? Does that mean we're going to get utility for it somehow? Is she going to appear? Is she going to not appear? Again, unbeknownst to us, until we were playing with it in their vaults, if you put a Coca-Cola snow globe in front of the first appearance of Deadpool, you see not his clothes. His clothes don't come off. Well, technically it does. You see him without a sweater. I don't know if anyone's tried that, tried playing around with this in their vault. I think it'd be really cool if we did see something. But yeah, that's as of right now. I don't believe it is not doing anything. But maybe David, maybe he's just teasing us there a little bit. And honestly, that's the reason why I bought one. But when he commented when and he retweeted that, I was like, oh, I need it. So I bought it. $40. I don't even. It was mint number 525, not a special mint at all. It was just cheapest I saw at the time. Retweeting that. David Yu's hairline. I freaking love that guy's hysterical. Saying chilling with Invisible Woman this weekend. What are you guys up to this weekend? And then David Yu had tweeted planning the next FUD. Yeah, I love David so much. He's such a troll. There was speaking of trolls, on April 1st, there was a fake LinkedIn article from Leia Hale saying, we are delighted to announce an exclusive partnership with Veve Project on this day to help and maintain a fully interactive Disney metaverse. Again, this was just an April Fool's joke. Don't read too much into that. I do believe that we could get a Disney metaverse as part of our IP branded worlds. I don't think that would happen probably until earliest next year, just because, again, they just fired their metaverse team. So if they had on the same day, which was earlier this week, Bob Iger had fires his team on one day, and the next day taps Veve on the shoulder and say, "Okay, hey, start building our metaverse in your IP branded worlds." They probably wouldn't be able to do that by the end of this year. It seems like that would be the type of deal to make it. I don't know, if you want to do it right and do it correctly because it's Disney, you would want to take your sweet time with it. You do want to make sure everything works out well. If that did happen, I would not expect that this year. I would expect that next year. But oh my, well, guys, let me tell you, if that happens, oh my God, rocket to the freaking moon. Omi collectibles. I mean, Grail's probably first, but Jesus, that would be insane. I don't. I mean, people have brought it up, so that's why I was been talking about it. I feel like that's something that would be too wonderful. I don't. Again, I'm not expecting that. But the end of this year, Jordan Reese just put out a video, his price predictions for 2023 and 2024. And Jordan was always fairly conservative. Now, granted, Jordan also has almost as much OMI as I do. He has like 133 million, 134 million, give or take. Waiting for him to surpass me. If prices stay down in like for the next month or two, he should be able to do it. His prediction, and again, go watch his video, go support him. I'll be on his channel for Around the Akomiverse tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But he had mentioned in that video, is like, yeah, I think we can get up to anywhere from 0.008, which is a little more than a 10x from here, by the end of this year. He said anywhere from there to a penny. And my prediction for the end of this year is half a penny. So, he's going a little bit higher than that. And his prediction in 2024, when one of my whales had asked me, what's your prediction for the next 12 to 18 months? They had asked me that last month. I had said, well, depending on where we are with things and how the bear market is recovering and we're going into that bull market, I would say 1 to 3 cents. 12. So now it would be 11 to 17 months, because I was asked that last month and we're in April now. Jordan had gone on and said, yeah, I think 15 cents. I was like, what? Jordan, there's no way. Now, I mean, is there a way? I mean, that's a lot. We'd have to burn a fudge ton of OMI. Like, we would have to, the only way I think to get there is if we stay down here for a while, we do a land sale, burn, like 100 billion OMI, then yeah, all right, yeah, then we can do that. Then we can go sky high. But it's just, we get OMI to NFT definitely by Q3. I'm not going to say we're going to get it this quarter. That is definitely a priority for them, and they're working on it. We'll get the wait list. We'll get MCP rolled out to everyone. We'll get crypto pay-in rolled out to everyone. Except for people in New York, because New York sucks. Because even if I get it, I just can't use it because, again, New York sucks. So I'm moving soon. Not soon, well, later this year. But when you have these amount of catalysts happening, such as like a waitlist queue system, such as MCP, and then the restructure of OUP, that OMI development roadmap, we don't really know what's going to happen, which ones are staying in, which ones are being merged into the MCP, because they are merging. But they wouldn't have done this. They didn't work for like a full year just to scrap it for something worse. They're only going to change it to something better. So I'm very excited to see what we have. I would say in the next like 2 weeks, which is when we're supposed to get Veve versus beta rollout, which is insane. Again, I won't expect that until May. But let's say in 2 weeks we get an updated OUP article and an updated roadmap. Last time they gave us like a 45-minute video. Reese was calm and it's like, hey, we're doing this and XYZ. We have a whole new website. What are they doing this time? I don't know. But you have those plus Viviverse coming out. Even if the beta is delayed from mid-April to mid-May, let's say even June. Let's say we used to get end of Q2, get Omi to NFT. That's a priority for them in Q2, and we get that in Q3 because let's say they work on it through all Q2, they roll it out in Q3. Reese had said before they want to wait for exchanges up until we have utility. Omi to NFT is utility. How are they gonna? I don't know how the fees are gonna work. How's that gonna burn Omi? Probably. Well, it's a 3% fee to use crypto to gem, Ethereum, Bitcoin, whatever it is. So when you go and you take that, and as 3% fee, how would you incentivize people to use Omi? Well, maybe it's a 2% fee. But again, that's really not for gems though. That's just for, well, if I buy the gems and then use the gems to buy something, it's a 3% fee if I have crypto paying. If I just go from Omi to NFT and it's just a 2% fee, then that incentivizes me to use Omi. And maybe you would get an additional seller fee on the other end of it. And maybe that goes to burn a little bit of Omi as well. Like for selling something Disney, 8.5% fee. What if Veve decides to tack on another 1.5%, maybe even 10% fee? And again, if people really want Omi, if Omi stays the same price at 00077 and collectibles are do like a 2x, okay, who cares about the extra 1.5% fee? If you're doubling your money on collectibles and you can get Omi without having to go get the gems, pay that 10% cash out fee. That's silly. I think that would be a very reasonable way if they go and add on another 1.5% fee for people that sell their NFTs for Omi. Because then you have, and I know I've been talking for like 27 minutes, not getting to comments. I promise I'll get to comments. But it would make so much more sense, to be a lot cheaper for me if I wanted to sell one of my Veve logos, and instead of the 2.5% fee, now I have to pay a 4% fee. If I was just going to cash it out to buy Omi anyway, I would much rather just sell for Omi directly because it's much less of a fee. Instead of paying that 10% for cash out fee, going and paying the fees to get USDT or USDC, transferring it to Bit4X, get USDT, and all that. It's so much easier to go and just sell it directly for Omi. That would really incentivize that. So, and again, that's utility. Once we have that, we get on an exchange. Danny the Bull had mentioned to me before that Reese had said USA exchanges are tricky, so probably not Coinbase, and probably not Binance US, but maybe KuCoin, or if we just get, I don't care what it is, KuCoin, Binance, or Coinbase, one of those by the end of the year, I'm very happy. Anyway, there's other stuff to go over, but I'll do it in a video. I've already been talking for 28 minutes. Let me go to the comments. Ooh. Bill Garner says, "Let's get these NFTs. Let's go." Bill Garner says, "First like, I'm back in business." You are, Bill Garner. You are. Glad to see you here. Shakester 2010 saying, "Yo, what up, Shakester? How's it going, fam? Ooh, my back." Evie OG Puski says, "I need some bullishness in my life, Randy. Twitter has gotten me down, bro. If I stay away from socials, I do seem to enjoy Veve still, no matter what their timelines are like." Yeah, that's the name of the game, right? Just to be happy and I'm not saying to be ignorant of things, but to be happy, be aware of what's going on, and obviously you could trust me to report all the news and all the what's happenings on it. But yeah, me and a friend were talking before, and he was saying I'd really like to just take a break and come back in 6 months when we have all these things, and then I immediately Googled how to put myself into a 6-month coma. I was like, okay, well, we're probably going to get most of these things in 6 months, which will be the beginning of Q1. you're probably going to have the rollout of IP branded worlds in Q4. I'm sorry, the beginning of Q4. That's what it'll be. You'll probably have the first IP branded worlds coming in Q4. Now, is it going to be early Q4 in October or late Q4, like November, December? Probably December. And they might even do a thing saying, well, we want to wait till after the holidays or release it in Q1. They might do that. But be advised, they wanted IP branded worlds to launch in Q2. Clearly, it's not, because they wanted the Veveverse to launch in Q1. It didn't, but they say having that in 2 weeks. That's insane to me. Like it's almost not real. Almost like it didn't happen. I asked Veve Fanbem before, like, hey, most likely if you have 10 million Omi, and I don't know how much she has. I think she has like I don't know if she has that much. But for anyone that has 10 million Omi, when this gets to 10 cents, you're a millionaire. Like that's wild. Even if you only have 5 million Omi and it gets to 10 cents, that's $500,000. Even if it only gets to 5 cents, $250,000, $250,000. Guys, the first 100,000 is the hardest, and I swear after that it gets so much easier. Um, it's yeah. Time is going to pass by anyway. If you have enough Omi, if you have enough collectibles, and you're just like, hey man, I just need a break, I just need to go live life, and you want to come back in a couple weeks, couple months, well, I mean, if you stay away for like a couple months, you're probably going to miss some really cool stuff. Uh, but I could picture people going like, yeah, I'll take a break for a couple weeks, and then come back, which is fine. You'll 100% get you'll probably come back to a nice surprise. Anyway, Dog Boy says, hi, Randy. Rita and DB in the house. I love this game. What's going on? I hope you guys are doing well. It's been a while since we talked. Wes says, Daddy Chavez with the alpha. Yo, of course, of course. I'm here all the time. Legacy Bermuda says, let's go, fam. Let's go. Light it up. Light it up. Scott Gladys says, I had to buy 2 of the pedestals only because I own the Sue Storm set. Hopefully there's something there. I have this. Do you have the Reed Richards thing as well? So there's 4 things in the Fantastic Four. Okay. What is this? In the Fantastic Four lineup. It is. Okay. I'm so close to 800 collectibles, too. I'm like 6 away. Where's the Fantastic Four? All right, so obviously you have the Sue Storm, which we got first. Then we got the Reed Richards. And then we got the Fantastic Four holiday card. And then we got the Invisible Woman pedestal. I like Fantastic Four. Be advised, if these like I don't really have too much of an emotional attachment to it, so if these like moon somehow, I would sell them for other stuff immediately. Sorry, it's a SpongeBob reference. I think it's a SpongeBob reference and some type of Nickelodeon reference. Comment down below if you get what it is. Wes says, bad timing by Reese to be selling homing now at all-time low sentiment, don't you think? Not really. I mean, again, we don't actually know what specific times he had sold. Just that it was over the course of it came out now that he did, but it was over the course of quite a long time. But yeah, that I really feel bad for anyone that sold all of their Omi or a bunch of their Omi at these. Like, this is good for us because when you shake out the weak hands, and not all of them, you might have a couple people that said, hey, I actually just lost my job, I need to pay the mortgage, my kid needs a medical whatever. Okay, I understand that. I mostly understand that. I do understand that because I'm crazy. I mean, certifiably, let's say my friends go and they sell this house, or they do whatever. If I didn't have a fantastic network of friends that I could go that are successful, and I could rent rooms from, I would not sell Omi. I'd go back to work. I would do, whatever, but I would not sell. No, you will never catch me selling at these prices. You'll never catch me selling at these prices. Not in the triple zeros. At some point in the double zeros, I'll sell a little bit, but what was that question again? Yeah, bad time to be selling. When you have the weaker hands selling now, they're going into hands that, yeah, they might flip a little later. I mean, if you put in, like $10,000 recently, and you go and you say, okay, now I'm gonna go and turn that into $30,000. You sell at like 0.0025, which is below where my average buy-in is, But if you're 3xing your money and then hoping like, you can swing trade it, maybe it goes down to 0.001 again, and you can do that. I'm not doing that. I'm not really going to try to swing trade. The only time I'll try that is really the height of the next bull market. If we do wind up going to 20 something cents, in my bull case scenario, base case is obviously not that high. My bear case is like a couple cents, where like nothing goes right and like we lose a license or something. But yeah, I would say sell tens of millions of OMI at the height of the next bull market, and if it goes super low, then just buy back. That's what I do. But yeah, it'll go into hands that really don't need it. It'll go into hands that are not going to sell anytime soon. All chat gaming says salt. I'm all out of salt. I'm not gonna cry. Bill Garner says he can sell whenever he wants. He's been in the longest. Yeah, Reese can definitely sell whenever he wants. Odai says David, you playing 5D chess? Totally. Wes says Bill, I agree. It's bad timing. Bad timing stuff. Scott Glad says gotta shave that stash, man. I can't, man. Well, I mean, I could. I don't want to. Bill Gar says, Wes, would have really called him out if he would have sold at top, though. Better do it down here. I mean, either way, he bought it like 4 zeros, so that was fine. Silaz says, it's fun sometimes, isn't it? It is fun. Darth Chaos says, hello there. Oh, General Darth Chaos. Trumpalump says, Crystal has 3.5 million followers on Instagram. Damn. Veve Magic is a savage. Veve Magic's got powerful friends. Everyone, be nice to her now. Eli Stanky. It's like, damn, Twitter and Spaces, super toxic. Can't imagine what people that are new to Veve and Akomi think when they see it. I get that the team can do better, but yeah, no. So if I if I'm coming into Veve and Akomi as a first timer right now, and I'm me, and I'm not the normal person. I'm me, who always does the due diligence and whatever, going deep on a project before I put in, a healthy amount of money, or in my case, an unhealthy amount of money. I don't think I would really pay much attention to the Twitter Spaces, especially. I would at first, about all right, what are people saying? What's community sentiment like? But I would go and take a look at very quickly who are the whales. Who are the people that actually have like a stake in this, and then I would take a look at all of the spaces and seeing what the whales might be saying, personally and publicly, see if there's a difference there, and then what the other people are saying, and then the Fudsters. Okay, what are their background? Are the concerns legitimate? And obviously and some are, but a lot of them are just like, wait a minute, you got this piece of information from here, which is completely unsubstantiated. You got this piece of information from here, from a source that's known to not be reliable, and you're using that to make your decisions. Like, that's, if I see somebody do that, I immediately lose respect, because like you're not doing your due diligence. That's not the way any type of decision should be made. And then just for fun, I would go a little bit deeper and be like, okay, well, what do these people that are constantly always funning, what are their backgrounds? What are they doing? Like, if they're not doxxed, I don't really know if I can take them too seriously, because again, you don't know who they are. But then you have the other people that are, okay, you're really fudding, and you're saying this is a horrible company, but you haven't really invested in any good companies. Like, you don't have a track record to go and say, like, why should we take you seriously? So that's if I were to come into the Veve Comey thing right now. Some other people, yeah, they might come into space and be like, whoa, this place is too toxic. I don't even want to deal with that. I don't even want to learn. Not even worth it. Clearly, I think it is worth it. Like, this is such a tremendous space, just Web3 in general. You really want to go and I've looked into a bunch of other projects. Some other projects are cool. Some other projects I really like. Some of them, most of them are just trash. Who was I talking to yesterday? Yeah, I was talking to yesterday. So I ran into a guy yesterday. He's a buddy of mine that works at JP Morgan and Chase. They got about 600 million in deposits not him himself, but the bank had got like 600 million in deposits over the last couple of weeks, because all of these people are taking their money out of these regional banks. They're putting them into these, the big four. JP Morgan Chase is obviously one of them. And he looks at me, he's like, listen, there's more banks that are going to go. I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. I was like, ah. So I mean, which again, a lot of that money that taken out of regional banks are going into the big four, but a decent amount is going into crypto. So yeah, Bitcoin could very well could rush past that 30K mark. We'll see. Yeah. Joe says we need Randy Chavez NFTs on Veve. I think one day that's possible. I don't think they would give me any royalty on it. I think they would probably give me number like 69. That's something that I would probably ask for. Or maybe yeah, I probably would, and then maybe I'd use that for like a giveaway or something. Maybe give me like number, I don't know, like 27, or I'd ask for that number and then number 69, and then I'd tell them I'd do number 69 for a giveaway. Um, and yeah, I think that would probably be what I would do, because I just don't want that 69 getting into like the wrong hands. If they go and um if the person that I go and sell it to wants to sell it, or maybe I'll do it like an auction for charity. I was like, okay, whoever bids, if you bid it for and it goes to charity, then it's worth it. I don't care who gets it at that point, because for charity. Um, Obviously, we're getting way ahead of ourselves. Me and the VV team have never talked about me getting a collectible. I do believe that it probably could happen at some point. We'll see. Now, where was I? I'm sorry. Scott Gladys says, I bought that rare Lord of the Rings version last year and just looked last week. No movement or news. I don't know. I haven't heard. I haven't heard anything about it. Like there's nobody making content on it. There's nobody making. Apparently, what it was very similar to. I don't know if anyone ever got those Lord of the Rings DVDs from back in the day. It was kind of like that, like an adventure mode thing game, but again, it never really took off. Death Chaos says Tuesday's comic is going to be epic. I know. I can't wait. Corey being real with you says, hey everyone. Yo, what up, Corey? How's it going, fam? Get that, bread? Easy says, you go, boy. What up, Easy? I'm only 30 minutes behind on comments, so that's not too bad. I thought it was a lady friend shooting me a message. It is not. It is my other lady, but not the other lady friend. I have friends in this military lovers chat, and two of them are girls. Mom at her. Oh wow, my dude had a foot of water damage in his place. God damn. Rip to him. I wonder how the Tesla. How's the Tesla? Is the Tesla okay? Is the Tesla okay? Wait, but for real, he didn't answer. Is the Tesla okay? I hope it's fine. Anyway, Bill Gardner says successful bought the rarest legendary side droid today and Earth 2 today for $25. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Get it. Yeah, I would much rather pay real money than actual essence, because you don't know what essence is going to be. I would much rather pay dollars. But good for you, mate. Obadiah Gold Check Son of it says, gonna guess chill pill means we're gonna see a Mr. Freeze. That'd be dope. I don't know if anyone. I'm sure people have seen that movie. Like, how did Arnold Schwarzenegger playing Mr. Freeze? Like, how did the dinosaurs go extinct? The Ice Age. That's so good. The puns in that movie. There's so many of them. It's a ridiculous amount of puns. All Chat Gaming loves all the FUD. I like the FUD too, because it gives it gives a lot of cheaper prices, and unfortunately the cheaper prices that I want are going to like other collectibles. Like there's if they were to get M'Baku under $3, I'd buy a bunch of them, but he's at 360. If they were to get, I guess, Queen Ramonda. I have so many Queen Ramonda. I freaking 57 of her, and she's 380. She's higher than the M'Bakus. The Cassie Langs I would love to get more of, but the sub 100s should probably be around like $36. But because I bought so many of them, the cheapest sub 100 is $199. There was one for 98 before. That might have been bought. And then the Scott Lang, he's $7 for the Ant-Man for his appearance, and that's just for the normal ones. Sub 100s, there are 3 left, and one of them's $150. So, obviously it's little expensive for my taste. The one that I was really looking at I was gonna try to get if I got crypto to gem and it stayed then 2700 was a VV gold and silver logo. It's at 3450 right now. I don't think that ever goes below 3K again. And again, at these prices with Omi, I'd just much rather get the Omi. So yeah. Where was I? Omi Token.D says eventually they will overperform in a quarter. Yes, they will. Wes saying the VV FUD is getting ridiculous. Had to unfriend a couple of prominent people in the Backhow community. Oh, sorry. Backhow people, I think. Well, I don't. The people that I converse with and I, talk to in they're all fairly positive. Granted, I'm not as in the community as let's say you are, or I don't know. Fambam has a couple of Backhows. My cousin Steph has a couple of them. Friend Justin has a couple. But I love the community, but again, I've only had positive experiences with those people. I haven't had. I'm not in the Twitter spaces, so I don't really see a lot of the FUD that's going on from the Backhow community to here. I imagine it's a certain subsect of them. But yeah. Oh, we talking about these. Says all these guys that gave financial advice turned toxic AF. They should not be giving financial advice in the first place. That's their first loss. Palace Brendan Z says LMAO West. Yeah, West going savage. He's not hecking around. He's unfriending people. Mike Guzman says, Randy, if you had to list 3 top objective criticisms on Veve's leadership right now as it relates to the OMI token, what would they be? I would say lack of marketing. And again, I recognize why. It's because they want to go and have utility beforehand. They want to have a couple things handled before they go. So that's why they're not marketing the token. But that's like everyone's biggest complaint is that, hey, we're not seeing you can't go to a couple of influencers and have them talk about it. And I'm not even talking about like me. I don't really consider myself too much not outside of the community anyway, or Earth 2 or Pokemon or Tesla. Okay, maybe I am a little bit. Go and get Logan Paul. Go and get just a couple. I don't know how much does it cost. For that, or make a viral video. Get Crypto Far West to go and make a WTF is Veve version 3 and have him put the OMI token in there, and make another viral video. Do that in conjunction with Metaverse Life to get really dope video on. That'd be cool. Yeah, it's really the marketing, and I understand why they don't do it, but or why they're not doing it right now. But when they do it, they really should do it like that, and that would help Veve as well, in essence. So that'd be one. Another, I mean, for OMI, it's like I know that OUP is it was a beautifully constructed thing before they went and said, okay, now we're going to change it. I know they should give us an article within 2 weeks about the updated OUP. I really wish they would give us a little something. Don't give us everything, but just say, hey, here's what we're planning to do. Here's what we want to do. And I get it. Some people that might, just because you're upset about something and are angry about something doesn't mean that you're right. It just means that you don't like it. But again, just because you don't like it doesn't mean that it won't work. So I understand why maybe they don't do that, but I don't know, just being in the dark and give us the reason. If it's a money thing, which I don't think it is, Veve has plenty of money. I guarantee you, if Veve were to go and say, hey, we're doing a GoFundMe or doing whatever, if we all had a thing and say, hey, let's get the OMI token listed and it's going to cost $1 million, I guarantee you we could raise that within a week. Guarantee you we could raise that in a week to go and get the funds to have the OMI token listed. And again, obviously Veve is extraordinarily flush with cash. So I would like to see stuff like that. Again, I'm also fine with it. So those are my criticisms. Again, I'm fine with the price of being down here so I can get more. If the price suddenly goes up to 0.001 tomorrow, and well, maybe I don't get to 160 million, and I'd like to get to 160 million. So, yeah. Cool Mo, what's going on? Says, I agree that collectibles will rise first, then OMI. Great chance to sell a few collectibles for more OMI. Yep, totally great chance. Michael Gazella says, also, how can the OMI token possibly be going on exchanges like Coinbase and Binance Global at this point for U.S. customers when those two exchanges have been sued by the SEC and they are trying to be sued by them, but SEC has really no teeth on that. And just because there is a pending lawsuit that is being tried doesn't mean that they can't list other tokens. Obviously they can. JStorm13 says, damn, your beard grew back already. I wish the Veve team was as consistent as your beard. I gotta take a picture of that. That's hysterical. Oh God, where's my? Okay, here we go. Yeah, I get I grow the beard fairly quickly. I mean, the stash was staying, but yeah, I'll shave again at some point. Ultra Gamer says thank you. No problem, no problem. OmiToken.e saying Web3, where so many folks expect perfection and great values from everyone but themselves. Yep, yep. Yo, Scott Gladys upgraded his membership to Chavez Topians. Get the bread. I don't even know what the Chavez Topian one is. All right, let me try to find this. Um, all right, go to my YouTube studio. And what do you get for that? All right, content. No, no, it's gonna be earn. Okay. Short memberships. Okay, memberships active. How do I go and view my memberships? Can I? Can I not? I guess I can't. Oh, I don't know. All right, go to YouTube. Nope, that just brings me to my page. But thank you for upgrading to Chavez Topians. I will be sure to figure out what that means as soon as I get off here, and then I will do the stuff to make it good for you. Now, where was I? Jim Austin saying Lord of the Rings NFTs are still available, but the sales have ground to almost a halt. I hold the set, but wish these things were interoperable. Yeah, a lot of people wish they were interoperable. Um, and we got a super chat coming in from Stan. What's going on? Thank you. Thank you so much. Saying, in your opinion, would a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization, kill the FUD? Question mark. Giving the community the power to vote for future plans should lessen the blame levied against Veve. All right, we got a couple things to go over here. I really have to be careful what I say here. There are, well, there are DAOs that are saying, okay, hey, um, let's pool our funds together, and then let's maybe go and talk to this person, and see like, hey, what should we do with these funds regarding things in the Akomi, universe, such as Omi, collectibles, whatever. So there are organizations like that already that do have DAOs. They're not connected to Veve. The only way they're connected is that they buy Veve products. But having a DAO specifically connected to that is probably impossible because remember in Captain America Civil War where he says, what if there's somewhere that we don't think we should go and they make us? Or what if there's a place that we need to go and they won't let us? There's some things that is best left in the hands of David and Dan. And that particular power does get taken away if you do have a DAO. And also, I would see a little bit of more FUD on top of that. When there is a DAO, a bunch of people will be like, okay, wait a minute. In order to have any say with this DAO, you're going to need to go and get in order to have anything with this DAO, you're going to need to go and have a certain amount of money to have this voting power. And they'll be like, oh, well, it's only the whales that are going to have that particular power. I will say that there's probably, I don't know, but there's probably a certain website or a certain group of people that are actively working to have something like this and are possibly going to have voting power related to with how much something of what you have. Whatever that something is will be, I don't know what it'll be, but if you have X amount of something, if you have X amount of Y, then the more voting power that you'll have. In this particular right now fantasy website that could come to fruition in the next couple months or a year. So just, I know I really have to beat around the bush with that, but that's that's really as much as I can say right now. And again, I don't think a DAO would really work directly connected to Veve, where David and Dan say like, all right, we're giving the power to the community. Again, that just takes away any and all creativity that they would have. Again, just my opinion. Now, where was I? Michael Gazelian says, would you say that the Akomi team lost their first mover as a metaverse token, knowing that the top two exchanges we wanted to get on will be hesitant to list anybody at all now, knowing the concerns? No, not at all. So the metaverse token, like, I guarantee you, if we remember in Spider-Man No Way Home, was it No Way Home? this or Spider-Man, one of the Spider-Man movies. It was after Captain America: Civil War. Maybe it was Far From Home, where Peter Parker is talking to Iron Man, and he says like, "Oh, I wasn't a kid when you thought I was big enough to take on Captain America." And then Tony Stark's like, "Listen, kid, if Cap wanted to lay you out, he would have." If we really wanted to get on these exchanges right now, I'm pretty sure we could. Like, I'm 98% sure we could in a second. So I don't think that we lose again, a first mover, meaning like first to market. There's already metaverse tokens out there, so that thing was claimed years ago. But as far as actually becoming a metaverse token on top exchanges, no, we haven't missed out on that. That is, we'll get on there. Maybe we get on one top exchange by the end of this year. I literally bet 5K on that. So I'm really hoping David comes through for me. And that would be either KuCoin, Coinbase, or Binance. As said before, US exchanges are kind of tricky. So hopefully it's Google. I don't care what it is. But yeah, hasn't anybody not know? But yeah, they're not going to be hesitant for a Comey. They're not going to be hesitant for that. Bogar says, Mike, why so bearish on Veve? Brah, we're in bear market. Best time to buy is when everyone is scared. Agreed. I think Mike's just trying to look at things rationally and be like, okay, well, what's the worst case scenario, Chavez? Fair point. I would do that too. Michael says, Bill Gardner, Coinbase, and Binance Global are under large Wells notices with the SEC, CFTC. Or they take on an alt like OMI at this point, given Comey's history. Exchanges want to survive. I mean, the exchanges are going to survive regardless, but again, that you would want a alt like a Comey because there's going to be so much volume and they're going to make so much money from it. So yeah, they would do that just to have more money in the war chest. They would probably increase their listings just to go and say, okay, this is going to give me X amount of money. This is going to help me fight this battle with the SEC and the CFTC. I don't know if you guys know this or not. The SEC is generally not liked. It's generally feckless. People generally give it no respect. Me. CFTC, not as incompetent as the SEC, but still, they definitely want to justify having their jobs and justify their existence. But all of these other companies like Binance and Coinbase, you think that you guys think that there's not a push between everyone that has billions of dollars in this stand to gain? You think they're not rallying behind one another? This is 100% a huge fight going on, and I feel like it's like Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, where it's, there's not been a gathering like this in our lifetime, says Barbosa. I'm very confident of the future for crypto. Some bumps in the road, some slowdowns, sure, but this is pretty much set in stone for the rest of the world. Bill Gardner saying, just bought another 1.4 million OMI, waiting for my other 1.1 million to go through. Very nice. I'll also say that there's again, these exchanges are going to want to list coins that they know they're going to make money on, just so they have more money to fight off SEC and CFTC, which again, SEC has not been very successful at trying to, they've been fighting XRP for years. XRP's winning. So yeah. Bogart says, Michael, Binance US has been served. Binance is the largest exchange and is a global giant. Not allowed to purchase on Binance Global if I live in US. Mm-hmm. Obadiah Gold Shekels Benefits. So smash that like button, fam. Smash it. Smash it. Obadiah Gold Shekels Benefits also says, I literally buy OMI on Trust Wallet now. Not the best way, but whatever. I don't think I would ever try on Trust Wallet. I don't trust myself. I mean, if I had a little bit of money on Trust Wallet and it was an empty Trust Wallet and just to test it out, sure. For me, it's just easier on Bit4x. I'm going to try that though. I'm going to transfer some OMI away from a Trust Wallet, put a little bit of USDT on there, and then I'll try to buy OMI with that trust. And if I lose like the $50 or however much I put, whatever, that's fine. I don't know, like a wallet can get compromised, whatever, that's fine. Yeah, I was thinking about consolidating some of these Trust Wallets as well. And then eventually using some to also merge to go from layer 1 to layer 2. So this way I could go and put a little bit more on the Veve app. just because I don't I feel like I don't know I want a little bit more on there, for staking. I want a bit more on there for land. Most likely, I would imagine the land would have to be on layer two because you have the OMI on the app already, and you just need like an OMI spot wallet. Super chat coming in from Stan again. Thank you so much. You are the man. I think Polygon has different forms of ZK rollups. Zero knowledge. With Polygon partnering with Immutable X and Veve under the Immutable X umbrella, will Veve utilize ZK tech? That tech allows verification without KYC. Talking about umbrella, yep, of ZK rollups. I saw this. It wasn't even a meme. I guess it was just a collage of pictures showing. Oh, hey, Veve partner with Immutable X. Immutable X partner with Polygon. Polygon had partnered with Disney. Disney had partnered with Veve. And it's all connected type of deal. And I'm speaking of Polygon Matic. That they're a partner with Earth 2, which is really nice. There's going to be I forget what wallet it is, but there's a wallet that's coming out that says, hey, we store your NFTs, and it's not just JPEGs. We can store your NFTs even if they're 3D models. That is 100% what Veve is about. So I don't even know if Veve is going to have a choice. It's just if a wallet can store those 3D Veve NFTs, I think it's just going to happen. I think that's kind of just going to force Veve's hand. Polygon partner Immutable X, Veve under the Immutable X umbrella. Will Veve utilize ZK tech? It's possible. They could. I don't know. I wish I had a better answer for you. I will say though, it might not be up to Veve. It might be more up to the licensor, like DC, Palm. They have one license, and it took them a little while to be interoperable. It just took them a bit. So to have hundreds of licenses, it just might take a while. I'd imagine everything would be interoperable at some point already. And would they be interoperable via the ZK rollups? I'm sure. And again, I don't even know if that's going to be Veve's call. I think it might just happen. They would, yeah. That would be a good thing for the bots, not necessarily a good thing for us, because then they can buy without KYC, and they can move it off app, and then they just put it in the wallet. They can just sell the wallet. They don't. That is a lot of work. Veve could also put out a notice that says, which I think people on Hero have done that as well. The Hero company has said, hey, be advised, if anything happens, a scam in our walled garden, we can help you out. If you buy something that is not in our walled garden and you get scammed, we cannot do anything. Veve might have to put out a statement like that and say, do it at your own risk. That's probably the best answer I can give right now. I'm actually not sure, though. That's all just my opinion. Now, where was we? Scott Gladys saying, has the team addressed the fact that Disney fired the Metaverse team? Yeah, so I'll read the rest of your comment, and then we'll get what it says. I feel like they have to say something. I spent a lot based on that alone. So yeah, Scott Gladys, you have, and shout out to Veve Magic. We're giving her all the praise today. Veve Magic had asked in Spaces, dude, she was so cute. It was the day of the Discord community update. Alex was on Spaces, and Veve Magic comes like, hey, I have a Disney question. I was like, oh my god, of course she has a Disney question. So adorable. So she goes on and she asks, like, hey, Disney had just fired their Metaverse team. What does this mean for the Veveverse? Is it something that we could possibly get now? And then Alex had mentioned, yeah, because of those cutbacks, Disney is firing a lot of people. The Metaverse team was not working with Veve yet. He said yet. He said the Metaverse team was not working with Veve yet. And then he says future cuts are going to be made. Hopefully that doesn't affect Veve. And that was pretty much it. So I don't know in what way, Scott, that I know you said you spent money based on the fact that, Disney had a Metaverse team. Did you spend money because you thought that the Veve verse would be connected to the Disney verse, or did you spend money thinking that the Veve verse, was going to be like yeah, I was kind of confused on that, but I will say I've said this before, and I apologize if I sound like a broken record. If I'm Bob Iger and I didn't like Bob Chapek, and I wanted to say, hey, I am going to use Elon Musk as the scapegoat, saying, well, he cut a lot of people on his on Twitter. Cut the fat. Twitter is going to be very profitable soon, so I'm going to do that with Disney, and then use that as like the cover for firing people that he doesn't like or people that were Bob Chapek's. And if I had done that, if I'm Bob Iger and I don't want to waste a lot of resources on building my own metaverse at first, I would tap Vivi on the shoulder and be like, hey, make Disney one of your IP branded worlds. Vivi would listen. And based on the reaction that people gave to Disney's metaverse in Vivi, if that were to happen, I would say, okay, I would take the things that are really good. I would use that for the Viviverse. And then I would take the things that are bad and just not include those and just, do them differently. And then I would go and buy Square Enix. I would just hire them and be like, okay, you're now making the Viviverse. You're now responsible for all downloadable content. You're now doing all of our Kingdom Hearts games around the clock, like every 3 years. And that's what I would do. It would be foolish for Bob Iger to have this opportunity and to not use it. Again, that's just my opinion. Trying to make it feel better. Bill Gardner saying, at Michael, Binance makes all its money everywhere else. Of course, they will list Omi at some point. Also, Game says, I use Coinbase Wallet and transfer to Secure Wallet. Nice. Ronnie says, everyone take a chill pill. Mike Gazelian says, Bill Gardner, you're not too keen on research, are you? The USC CFTC served Binance Global CZ on insider trading and manipulated altcoin trades. Which, again, how much weight does that have? How will it play out? I don't know. All Jack Gaming says, you deserve royalties. Oh, what? Thank you. I would like the royalty. But again, if they didn't give DC royalties for like the first 5, black and white sets, they're not going to give, good old Randy Chavez royalty. I would love like 1% or 0.5%. Well, I guess they might have a thing like, okay, we can give you 0.5% on the resales of each of them and no and no upfront, money, or we can give you like $8,000 and then no royalties. I'd be like, all right, give me the $8,000 and give me the number 27 and number 69, and call it a day, and that'll be it. And then I would I'd buy one of myself as well, and I'd do thank you. I don't know how many they'd make. They would probably just make. I hope they would make me and Dashi. I guarantee you, if they made me like. Well, they would have Dashi be like the common because everyone would want Dashi over me, and maybe like the ultra rare. But if they were like 250 Dashi and 100 of me, I guarantee you Dashi would sell out before I would. I don't know, and you'd make it super, super cheap too, maybe like $10. It'd be a blind box. So let's say 250, then 100 for me, so it's 350. Oh, actually, no, it's only $3,500. That they might at that point only give like $500 to do that. They're not going to give me 8K if they're only yeah, I don't know. So we'll see. Oh, where was I? Sean ZZ says, I hope this all makes sense. One day, are you concerned about them merging OUP and MCP into one program? I am. I mean, you spent so much time making OUP beautiful, and then they go and say, yeah, we're going to change this up. Like, oh my God. And that was released last year, so 5 months later, and then they decide to, I knew something was up when we didn't have an update on the OUP development roadmap. The last time it was updated was like February 10th. Like mid-March, late March came out, and I was like, this isn't updating. I don't know what's going on. And then of course they said, oh yeah, by the way, we're merging. It's like, okay, that's why it wasn't updated. So yeah, I'm nervous. Like OUP, I thought was brilliant and really great, and obviously they're going to keep the bulk of it. They're probably only going to change a few things. A few things they are going to change. I hope they're better. I hope but we don't know what that is yet. Right now we're just in the dark. We have no comms. We're blind. We have no official way of knowing. Will we know in the next couple weeks? Probably. We'll get a We'll get an article, we'll get a video, something like that, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, that is something that I'm just not sure about. George17 says, with my friend who put 25K into Omi 2 years ago, and he was asking about Omi. I said, the FUD was at max peak. He said, good, people pay attention to it, and they are making money. He was happy. Oh yeah, I tell him if he wants to put another 25K in right now, it's probably one of the best times to put in. Not financial advice. Bill Garner says, at Michael, you wrote about us coming after an exchange that doesn't operate in the U.S. Scott Gladys says, upgraded membership to Chavez Topians. My man, you just a bro. You're just a broski. Michael Gazillian says, at Bill Gardner, those two exchanges will be extremely hesitant to list any low market cap token for U.S. customers. I mean, it's low market cap because it's not on these exchanges. It won't be a low market cap after it gets on. There's two. Omi has a checkered past with a New Zealand pre-mined ICO and ex-leader lawsuits, 2 total. But again, those lawsuits are like BS. Like most lawsuits in this are BS, are in a lot of the space. They're just people looking to get a quick buck. Take a look at the lawsuit. It's BS. Should be resolved quickly in our favor. Bill Gardner says, "I'm Michael. Do you work for either of those exchanges? Do you not see the companies Veve is involved with?" I will tell, I guess. Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to take a look at some... Ow, mother flapper. My back is destroyed. I don't know what I did yesterday that made it go down. We're talking about exchanges involved with... Yeah, if we're going to use a vetting company, Disney is like the best company that you could get to vet your... Like, they're savages when they need to be. They pay their lawyers $1,000 an hour. Yeah, there is zero concerns I have with any of you as far as that goes. Because if there were, Disney would opt out. Stan says, "Ow, in your opinion, would a decentralized autonomous organization kill the FUD?" I know I answered this before, but people that are just here, super chats usually are important to me, so I will say this: given the community the power to vote for future plans, should lessen the blame levied against Veve. I think a lot of the reason that people are blaming Veve now is just because they're bored. Bags are down. When people are losing money, they look for someone to blame. In a bull market, look at how quickly these things would disappear. And again, there will be some DAOs in the future. One of them already exists. It's not necessarily connected to Veve. They just buy Veve things. And another one is probably, being built right now and might get released at some point in the next year. Bill Gazillian says, at Bill Garner, the reality is the U.S. has royally screwed the climate of crypto. If you honestly think those two exchanges will bypass U.S. regulators by listing low market cap tokens with an ICO, you're naive. Well, he's not saying that. He's saying that the Binance is not going anywhere. And there's a lot of people with a lot of money that will, which again, SEC has no, they have not been, I think library was the only thing they were successful on. And the only reason they got that is because it's like library. If the SEC really wanted to go after like a security or something that's like a pump and dump scam, like go after Hex, go after Richard Hart. Bill Garner says, at Michael, do your own OMI or collectibles on the Veve app, or do you just hear the FUD? I mean, everyone hears the FUD. Scott Gladys says, no big deal, buddy, just supporting you. Gracias, senor. Mike Gazillian says, Bill Garner, of course, if you have international friends and list KYC for non-US customers, you can send your tokens to them and get the Bitcoin ETH back to cash out here, I guess. I don't think that's what he's asking. OmiToken.ETH saying the licensors is what makes Veve different. They cannot do what Bored Ape Yachts Club can because of licensing, and if they can't, then no one else will be able to either. Agreed. Michael Gazillian says, at Bill Gardner, I've got more Omi than you. Oh, damn, fighting words. Bill Gardner says, you probably do. I'm more into collectibles, so why are you shaking out your investment? Well, I mean, if somebody wanted to go and say, hey, let's shake out the weak hands and get them into stronger hands, I understand that strategy. Actually respect it a little bit too. Wes says, what's your next bull run Omi price prediction? Base case in 2025 is 10 cents, which is bearish if you're Jordan Riz, who says 2024 I think it's gonna be 15 cents. Dude, if Jordan's right, I'm gonna and Jordan's not dumb. You don't get 133 million Omi by being dumb. He is quite smart in a lot of things. So yeah, I would say Yeah, my base case is 10 cents because that would only if we had no burns, that'd be a $30 billion market cap. That's easy. I think we are at least twice as good as if you take Decentraland and you take Sandbox and they fusion Ha with each other and they combine into a super Sandbox Decentraland. I would say Veve users are probably at least twice, if not 4 times as good, but let's say twice as good and worth twice as much. They had in the last bull cycle had 10 and $9 billion market caps respectively at the height. So that would be $19 billion. You double that, that's 38 billion. OMI should definitely hit 30 billion. No problem. No question. So that's why 10 cents I think is my base case. Bull case is obviously much higher than that. Bear case is obviously much lower, but that's that's what it would be. Bull case would be 30 cents plus. Again, with no burns, that'd be a $90 billion market cap, which would be about what Doge was last cycle. And it's like, well, that means OMI would be in the top 10. Okay, that means OMI would be in the top 10 if everything right now just went to where it was last bull cycle. Obviously, I expect things not to just reach their all-time highs, but to go farther beyond. Maybe some don't. Obviously, Terra Luna's not going to. They're not going to be here next time. But I would say, yeah, the 10 cents is probably my base case, which I think is fairly conservative. Stan Bukau says, does it make sense for Veve to piecemeal interoperability among the various major IPs and independent artists? What does piecemeal mean? My vernacular is not that good. Unsystematic partial measure, that doesn't help. Does it make sense for Veve to take partial measures for interoperability among? Yeah, probably. And if they just want to do it step by step, one IP here, one IP there, that's fine. I'd be okay with that. Rita Baby, what's going on? Says, thoughts on selling ultra rare miles to get into another Todd? Todds are great, and well, you have 2.5% fee as opposed to miles, which is a 8.5% fee. I think both will do really well. I wouldn't fault you for doing either. But both, whatever move you make, I'm sure is fine. I wouldn't fault you either way. JKill XRP says, I heard XRP. Fire. Yeah, XRP's doing well. They will continue to do well, and once that lawsuit's over, they should rock it. Stan, thank you for that super chat again, saying Polygon has different forms of ZK rollups, with Polygon partnering with Mutable X and Veve under Mutable X umbrella. Will Veve utilize ZK tech? It's possible. And so that tech allows for verification without KYC. It would be good for the bots, not as good for us. But yeah, I could see them doing that at some point. And G-Flow says, I need your Ultra Bull case for OMI 2025. I just bought 2 million. Okay, Ultra Bull in 2025 is actually short-term bearish, where we get these things. So be advised, in 2020, up until 2020, you had all this FUD from people that did not believe in the team, that thought that OMI was going to be a rug pull, that thought that's like, oh yeah, they claim to have all these things, but I don't see an app. Where's the app? There's no app. We've been talking about an app forever. And then you have the people that were bullish, so like, hey guys, once we get an app and people are able to look at these things, the first appearances on the blockchain, people are going to get excited. It's going to be really cool. And then the app came, and there were not a lot of people here. Nothing was selling out. There was, the thought of things selling out was like, it was never going to happen. And it took a couple months. OMI didn't move. Some collectibles it took a couple months. It took that OMI utility for OMI to do literally like 1,000x. It went from 4 zeros to 1 0, real quick. 4 zeros to 1 0, real quick. Let's see if we can go and take a look on the CoinGecko. Let me refresh here, and we'll go to the max. It went from 2, 3, Quad 0367, right? Quad 0367 on 30, I'm sorry, Quad 3344 on January 30th, 2021, right? And that was 2021, January 30th. And then on March 31st, or March 30th, literally less than 2 months later, it was at 1.2 cents. You have the price lose 3 zeros in less than 2 months with a little bit of OMI utility. And that was back then when nobody knew what the heck this was. So yeah, you have a extraordinary good case for this going to, in my opinion, when let's say we launch the Veveverse and nobody's, and maybe the price doesn't move at first. We launch whatever. If we would go and they surprise us with like a land sale, which will probably never happen. Land sale's probably not going to be till next year. But if we go and we get OMI utility and people start burning a lot before the price goes up, yeah, you could see 30 cents in 2025. You could see high, like and again, people chase those green candles. People go and go. You go from 3 zeros to 1 zero. You lose a couple zeros. What happens? People chase those red candles. Yo, we did 100x, 100x. Right? It's only 7 cents. Yo, we can go to $1. And obviously, they're not looking at the market caps. But we go there. People will buy in at half a penny to get to a penny. Yo, we're only at 2 cents. We'll get to 10 cents. It's a 5x, and they'll do that. And they can do that. Next year. Getting to 30 cents, yo, we can go to 50 cents. We get to 50 cents, yo, easy going to $1. Go to $1. And again, we will get a market cap that we probably don't deserve. We will get a market cap as these people push the price up, and we'll probably get something that should be completely unrealistic and probably shouldn't happen, but will happen because that's what people do. Do I believe we should be anywhere close to 80 cents in 2025? No, we should not. We probably should not be 50 cents. It's a $150 billion market cap. But can we get there? Yes, we can. It's not outside the realm of possibility. So that is the super bull case that you asked for, G-Flow. Anyway, Bill Gardner says, this current batch I'm buying, I'm going to try to send to a Bitcoin vault cold storage or a BC vault cold storage. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, let me know how it goes. OmiToken.eth says 33 cents with staking and exchanges. Went to 1.2 cents, super easy with no staking, higher supply, no exchanges a couple years ago. And with that, you still had those token unlocks that had never happened. So people were like, yo, token unlocks, they're going to sell. They're going to sell. Of course, when the token unlocks did happen, they did not sell. So very good times. Not financial advice, Phantom Wallet, I think. Boy says, finally, dollar cost average into about 3 million OMI. Got my cost down to 0018. Stay low for a little longer than Moon. Yeah, get it. Yeah, what up, Jacob? How's it going, fam? Hope everyone's doing all right. I'm good. Yeah, I'm feeling all right. Baby, I'ma have the best night of my life. Where it takes me. Don't you know I'm good? Yeah, I'm good. Okay, sorry. I just gotta do that, and then I gotta do that. I just gotta take screenshots of these dates here real quick. There we go. All right, moving on. Josh says, all-time high was reached when circulating supply was half of what it is now during a bull market with hype from big influencers. And we did have OMI utility as well. And the circulating supply was, oh yeah, I guess, but again, people were fairly worried about those token unlocks. And there was a little bit of, I think that had gone up before Logan Paul had made a video, though. I don't think he had made a video until, I think at the time, the only videos that were made were Earth 2 Mastery. I think Earth 2 Master was the only one that made videos on this at this point. I think Lark Davis had done a video about it, I think in like 2019 or 2020, but that was before the pump. That was before the big pump. With this one, it was not influenced by influencers. That part came later. Bill Gardner's is 2.5 million OMI secured. Get it? Says, can OMI be successful without a premier exchange listing? Depends on your level of success. I mean, in the next bull market, we'll get back to 008. We'll do a 10x from here without it, just because of what we're doing. You'll have a little bit more utility, and you'll probably be able to get it on the app as well. So it'll go up. Can it go up as much as it would without a tier 1 listing? No, it wouldn't, but no. NFT says, Rita Baby. No, in my opinion. What did you say, Rita Baby, that he's saying no to? I cannot see. Ultra Miles. All right, Ultra Miles get another Todd. And we have NFTs saying no. Stan Bukasa says, Josh, all-time high was also when the app didn't work. That's another good point. And Marvel or Disney was not announced at that time as well. So yeah. So that's true, but the vision and hype was there. Also true. Because it's true, but says nothing about the future. FUD only exists because people desperately want to love Veve and Omi. I agree, they do. Oh God, where was I? Josh says, the FUD is real for sure. I hold a big bag, but I have my concerns with the project as well. Yeah, I mean, everyone has a concern. Some concerns are healthy, but I'm not concerned. I mean, I have my worries, like worst case scenario, but it's fairly far distant. Would probably never happen. Bill Gardner says, I think 20 to 30 cents Omi as well. That's when people like Michael will probably buy my bags. I don't know how many people here would buy at 20 or 30 cents. I don't. The only way I would is if we happen to rocket to like 50 cents. Guys, if we go to 50 cents in 2023, I'm sorry, 2025, 50 cents, I will dump the rest of my Omi and then buy back when it comes down to a price that it reasonably should be at. Yeah. I mean, do I expect it to go there? No. I'd sell like 10 million at 10 cents, another 20 million at 20. I'd sell, that gets to be really, really incredible. Because 10 million Omi at 10 cents is $1 million. Yeah, I'll take a cool million. Take a cool million. Sounds good. Bill Garner says, what would be great is if I can sell my almost 1,200 collectibles in Veve Bull Run into Omi before Omi Moon, then sell Omi top of Bull Run 2025. You might be able to this year. Get Omi to NFT. Collectibles go up before Omi Moons. People are, finally able to use Omi for something, and they use it to buy collectibles. I can see that. Eli's saying, Randy, what's your bumper token plan? I've been starting to accumulate. These would be good team and idea. Seems like RY could be not. Dude, if bumper hits, that's a minimum 100x. That could be like 1,000x. With that being said, I did sell, or I don't even know if the order went through. I haven't checked it. So I'm bumper just because it's I want to get Omi. If Omi goes up before bumper does, I will dollar cost average back into bumper. Because again, we don't know when bumper hits. I think bumper will. We don't know that timeline. If it does, yeah, that will outperform Omi. Why? Because that could 1,000x in the next couple of years right after it hits. Whereas Omi, I think the next couple of years does 100x. That 100x going to is really only 7 cents, so it's really not too much. I think Omi could definitely 200x. And in my opinion, Omi's safer because bumper has a chance of not hitting. Omi, I want to say, is guaranteed to hit, but in my opinion, you have like a 99.5% chance of it hitting. Like, critical hit. Sky high. Z says, bruh, I just swiped past the Veve ad on Plenty of Fish. Oh my God, I wish you would have screenshotted that. That would have been, oh my God. You swipe left on the Veve ad. Oops, I always swipe the ads left and notice it was the Veve last second. No. Reminds me of the time I was playing Pokemon Heart Gold and I was training up my Nidoking in Victory Road. And I was just murking these Rhyhorns and these Onyxes and Donphins. And then I eventually, I'm just surfing them because I taught my Nidoking surf. And in the middle of one random Rhyhorn surf, I noticed that it was a shiny. But thankfully, my surfs weren't killing these Rhyhorns at the time. But then it was a critical hit and I killed it. I was like, no! I was so salty. Jordan Reese says, woo, go Randy. Jordan. We were just talking about you. All good things. We were talking about you and your amazingly bullish video on OMI 2023-2024. You gotta love that. You gotta love when people like you make videos like that, because it's really heckin' cool. Where was I? Doge Nation says, "Who farted right meow?" I haven't in a while. I'll let you know if I do at another point. Jordan Reed says, "Yes, I remember the Veve app being really glitchy and crashing constantly. Yes, we've come a very long way." Monarch NFT says, "Hello there." General Monarch NFT. Omi Token Nutty says, "When Asia, Mario this week, man." Yeah, there's no David's. I can't. I don't believe we have. I want to curb and lower my expectations. And again, just because we have Mario, I'm not saying we do. If we go and we get a Mario, that doesn't mean that we would have Nintendo. That could just mean that we got a Mario from Illumination via Universal. If we do get that, and then it says we partner with Nintendo, I will sound like a turtle that's trying to make like I will lose my mind. But yeah, that would be so dope. Could you imagine if they were ready to roll out localization for Asia, but they wanted to wait for Mario? That'd be insane. Jordan Reeves, give me that smile. Oh, good man. Bill Garner saying, "Need Mario and one Shy Guy." Oh, dude, Shy Guy's so cool. I really want a Shy Guy tattoo. He's super cute. Super love him. Maybe one day. Maybe someday when. Sorry, I love that song. I'm trying to trip. I'm trying to remember what the turn soonest to the sea. That's the name. Anyway, I think that'll be it for me. Been going for about an hour and a half. You guys have been great. Thank you for the super chats. Those mean the world. Thank you for the upgraded member. Again, become a member on my channel down below, Patreon as well. And everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. Sleep and call my cat. Meow, 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 meow. Meow.